Okay, so I have a Kirby, right? And then I have another Kirby. Put it on top. Look at that. How can you not smile at that? How can you not smile at that? Welcome, friends. Lostscarf here, and it's time to talk about the vlog and the channel and everything. The exciting stuff first. Talking to people in the industry. I'm going to talk to a dev soon. I talked to someone in community management. So we're talking to people in the industry. This is exciting for the podcast. I cannot wait to see what comes out of it, just how it goes, because I want to talk to more people in the industry. I'm happy we're talking to, of course, content creators. We're talking to Jag and Killer and Verb and Kylax and Jag again and Killer and talking to them over and over. I like talking to them, of course, but I'm so happy that we're going to talk to the community manager from Halcyon 6, Massive Damage Inc., Jacqueline Joy. We're also, there's another one coming up that they might get canceled, I won't say it yet, but it's a game developer, so talking to them too, hopefully, and it'll be great if that happens. And then just, as I am just doing these podcasts, I'm just like, hey, I got a community manager from here, I got a developer from here, are you interested in doing a podcast? That'd be great. What do you think? And just by having ones done already, I can show that, hey, this can be a comfortable place for a professional in the industry to come and talk. And that's the hope, because I want the podcast to be something. I really want to, because I think it's interesting talking to these different people, different types of creators, and just mindsets. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying it. So I hope that we grow. I hope we grow with that. And so I'm so excited on that. The other exciting news thing I just read a moment ago is what's going on with Twitch, which they're not doing it, but they're doing it in a while because they're doing some sort of town hall, and that is first subs are half off. And it's like, what? My understanding of this, and if I'm wrong, Jinx can correct it, and she's gonna be like, thanks. The first time you sub to somebody on Twitch, they're gonna implement later, it's half off. So a $5 sub is actually $2.50, $10 $5, and then $25 is 12.5 sub. And that's only the first one. And my thoughts on that is that's interesting. And I think about it business-wise. Here's what I think it is. I think it is, if someone subs one time, they might want to sub again. So Twitch is taking a hit of half the money so that next time, well, they're getting the full amount, and on and on and on and on. It's like just giving someone a taste of subbing, and then maybe they'll want to do it again, and they'll want to do it again, I want to do it again. That's my assumption with what Twitch is doing, because just look at how Twitch did the things. They had just the partner program, then they made affiliate, where people, of course, they can sub to people who are kind of popular, so they get more money from those subs as well, because they're just not subbing to partners. So Twitch is making more money that way, and my interpretation is they get a better cut of from affiliates than they do from partners, so they're making more money that as well. And now they have partners and affiliates, so half off, that gets more people involved, and that'll be more money and everything. And there you go, Twitch makes more money. There you go. And so thinking about that, I'm like, okay, that's interesting. We're currently starting the third month of being an affiliate, so we have some third month resubs. Thank you to you guys and gals for that. If you can't sub, it's fine. No pressure on that one. Never any pressure on that one. I'm thankful for any bit we get, because it really does help out the channel a lot. And so that's my thoughts on it. I'm thinking business-wise, that's what they're doing, and that's awesome because it will get more people to sub, and that's pretty cool. That's good for anyone in Twitch trying to make money to be able to do this as a living. And I've talked about how much it costs to live off Twitch if you need to. This is going to lead into another thing. And so I'm thinking about, let's see here. Every 100 subs is $500, but half goes to Twitch, the other half goes to the person. So how much would it take to survive off Twitch alone? I've talked about this before, and I feel like even at 400 subs is $2,000, but that's only 1,000 goes to you and 1,000 goes to Twitch. So $1,000 was just 400 subs. That's an amazing number of subs. And it's like, well, with 1,000, where can you live with only 1,000 a month income is a question I have, because I don't think there's a lot. There's places you can if you live with your family, if you're married or have roommates, you can definitely survive on 1,000. That's the thing you can do. Now, if you're on your own, probably not. Even with a studio apartment, being in California, I think you'd need about maybe 2,000. Around 2,000 would be enough. So someone like me would need 800 subs to stay in California and do this. Is my assumption. It'd be a studio apartment, paying for internet and all that stuff, and then food and everything. I think I'd barely get by, and there you go, with just 800 subs. But you could always move to, like, the middle of the country where living costs are small. Like, Nevada's cheaper, Arizona's cheaper, it's hotter there, of course. But there are places that aren't where the major cities are or on the coast where living is cheaper, where with 2,000 would be really good. You could probably afford way better internet if it's available there, way better amenities, a lot of better stuff there. Like, my whole thing is, I like being in San Diego because I'm close enough to LA that if we ever did get up, I could go to LA pretty easily. But I'm not at the point where I should be worrying about that, honestly. And so, if I could, which I can't right now, but if we made enough that I could move to somewhere else and then live there, grow up the channel and everything, then come back, that'd be a thing as well. This thing a bit too far ahead. This thing about of what else? But I'm just saying, living costs. How many Twitch subs would you need? It's kind of crazy when you really think about it, because I'm happy just getting 10. We're at 15 subs. I'm happy just having 15. It's really exciting. But if I wanted to do this as a living, I would need so many more. It's like, holy crap, that's such a daunting number. But the best way to think about it is taking it one day at a time, taking it one sub at a time, taking it one person at a time. Best way to think about it. And so it's, of course, growing your community, just growing your numbers, while you're doing something to survive. And for me, of course, that's me trying to get a job in water. Of course, having a job takes down how many hours I could do to do streaming, how many hours I can do to do YouTube. And so that does impact things as well, where it's like, can you only make it if you're a full-time streamer and all you're doing is streaming? That is the question. Because you look at someone like Lirik, of course, they're streaming all the time, and they are very popular and everything, and you wonder about that. And I'm talking about Lirik for a reason. Now, onto a different topic, but it's still Twitch-related, and that is Lirik. Recently, only a couple days ago, he had to take the day off because of an emergency. I don't remember if it was a family emergency or a health emergency. Something happened. That's the thing. Something happened. He missed one day in the month of August. One day, and this is like near the end, like 28th or 29th, like kind of recent. He missed one day. And he had subs who were harassing him over that. They're saying he's lazy. They're saying a bunch of not very nice things to him about the fact he missed one day in the entire month of August. And so he was fighting with them, and he ended up banning about 100 subs. That's $500. That's $250 for him, $250 for Twitch. He banned 100 subs. And you gotta applaud that, in that he's willing to cut out some bad elements. People who are, that's pretty entitled to be, for missing one day. He's getting crap for missing one day. You get people who are paying for a service. This is $5 a month or $25 a month. They're paying a service here, but it's a human being, for God's sakes, and it's something you should expect from Twitch, from streamers is, well, it's one person. It's not like it's McDonald's. Things are going to come up where they have to cancel, or just they can't be there for that day for whatever reason. That's something you should have some morality about, I feel. And so, yeah, he banned him. And I think about that, I'm like, would I do the same? Would lesser people with less numbers be able to do that and be okay with that? Because Lirik, of course, is making a lot of money. He's got a lot of subs. He's got sponsorships. He can afford to lose 100 easily. So it's not too bad for him. But a smaller person, someone who's trying to live, trying to survive, banning 100 would really hurt them. And would they do it? That's a thought question I have, is if you're in that position, but like if you're trying to survive and you got all these numbers, would you cut them out? That's the thing. And I already know now I would do it, but in the past I would not. And I feel like that's a failing of past me. Why I say that is because during our Smite days, when we were getting about 30 views, and sometimes we'd get hundreds of views, not views, we'd get 30 people watching on Twitch, and sometimes we'd go up to the hundreds, or it'd be like 100 something. And there would be not the nicest elements. at times. And even with with our Discord community, we had a lot more people at a time. And there were people who were not very nice, pretty hurtful, and I let them stay because I didn't want to lose the numbers. Now, if they were really bad, they got kicked out. But there were some that were just bad, like mostly on the higher side of this, but they were still bad elements. They weren't the nicest people, but I let them stay. One is because I say I accept everyone, and I do, but I always say assholes I'm not the biggest fan of. And it was also because of fear of losing numbers. And that's the problem. Being afraid of losing the numbers, not being confident that I could replace those people, I guess. And so I let them linger for way too long, and they scared away good people. They scared away people who should not have been scared away. And that's on me. That's completely on me. That is a failing on me as a human being. I deserve losing those people. But I feel bad that I lost those people because I should not have done that. I should have cut away the bad elements. I should have pruned those off. Like now, that's going to happen. We get popular again. We get annoying people. No, annoying's fine. Annoying's fine. We have high. Annoying people's fine. We get hurtful people. We get people who just like hurting other people or trolling way too much. I'm going to cut them out. I'm going to definitely cut them out. That's for sure. But past me wouldn't have, and I hate that about that. But that's what we do. We grow. Human beings grow. We become better people over time. I hope. Or you become better at being a jerk over time, I suppose. Everything is, you get better at everything, good and bad. So that's thoughts on Twitch. Since we're talking about Twitch a little bit more, Professor Layton LP just got finished. We're gonna do some random LPs for now. I'm thinking I'm gonna do X-Morph. I might do West of Loathing. And I'm not sure what else for September. Aside from that, there's going to be XCOM 2 expansion every Saturday night. So expect that. That's going to be going for a couple months because it's only going to be every Saturday night. I do wonder if I want to do a separate LP for every afternoon, but now there's other games we can play. So we're going to do every Saturday night, it's going to be XCOM 2. Every Sunday night, of course, is still Metroid Prime 2. But the afternoons, every day, is going to be something. We're going to do Gigantic at some point for sure, because I like Gigantic. We're going to do HOTS again, because I like HOTS. I know you guys like HOTS as well. And yeah, that's what's going to happen there. But we're going to probably I'm going to do X-Morph, because I like X-Morph. Maybe we'll see West of Loathing. That's going to be a lot of talking. I might do West of Loathing, because that'll be some voice practice for stream only. And we're going to see some random streams where I'm doing voice practice. Recently, Thursday, I think it was, I was practicing a Cockney accent, and oh my god, Cockney accents are amazing. There's so many just little nuances and changes to how your voice is when you do that voice. Like, it's like, wow. And mine's terrible. But of course it's going to be terrible. Before you can run, you have to walk. Before you can walk, you have to crawl. Before you crawl, you gotta move those damn legs. So, and your arms because you're crawling. But you don't run out the gate. You can try, but it ain't gonna be that great. So, that rhymes. So, that's how it is. So there's going to be voice practice streams that are going to be IRL streams, because that's what they are. And they're going to be terrible voices and good voices as we work to get better at it. I'm looking at, thank you to Kylex, he showed me the Epic voice guy, so there's a lot of voicing tips from that guy, which is awesome. That's the guy from I think it was game trailers? Or movie trailers? I can't remember the name of that right now. There's that guy. There's websites that I know of now from voice actors that I've talked to. There's places where you can put demo reels, you can get critiqued on how on your voices and everything. There's tips and stuff like that. There's places to audition for paid work. There's places to audition for unpaid work. Just get a credit and everything. So there's places I can go, and so we're going to be expanding more on figuring out voices and everything more so, to get that ball rolling as well. And if I can get any money from that, that'll help as well, because the more money we make, the more we can put into the channel, and the more we can do all this. Like, I am gonna get a job sooner or later, right? And when I get that, that's going to impact the channel, that's going to impact how much time I can spend on all this, but it does mean I have money so that I can live and afford things. I can afford having upgrades and buying more things that we can do. And just, I can spruce things up. We can somehow get a green screen maybe, or I don't even know if this room is big enough for that. But in the future, it'd be like, having a job means I could maybe change where I live. that would accommodate being able to be a better streamer with a green screen and YouTube. Like having a room dedicated to all of that would be amazing. And a job would help with that. Money helps. Like money, we of course a lot of people money is evil, but money is also allows you to get things done, to do things. That's what it does. And so that is what's happening. We need a job to be able to do that. Like as some of you know by now, I've been following. Like I live at home with my family, and so it's like I'd like to live on my own at some point. Like you, you can't bring a girl to your parents' house. It doesn't go very. It's too awkward. It's too awkward. Can't do that. So it's all Twitch stuff, YouTube stuff. We got Before the Storm, so we're gonna record that at some point. I might record it today, and that'll come out eventually. And any special projects in the one shots. The one shots, as I've said before, I want to get popular through the one shots as well because I want to be this guiding light. Is the best way I'll put it. That might be a little too presumptuous, but being a force of check out these games. They're awesome. You might be interested in them. Get popular enough that I could shine a light on games that are so amazing that deserve to be seen. That is what I want to do with the one-shots. That's what I've wanted to do for the last 4 years with the one-shots. It's always been, check out this game. Maybe you want to play it. There you go. This is my recommendation. If I didn't sell you on it, I didn't sell you on it. If I sold you on it, great. More money for that developer so they can make another game, so they can live off all the labors they've done, the fruits of their labor and all that stuff. That would be awesome. That is what the one-shots are. The LPs are to entertain, the one-shots are also to entertain, but to be a recommendation thing. Special projects are special projects. Podcast is to be interesting. The streams are connecting with community and just having fun and all these things. The culmination of everything. The culmination of everything is having fun at the end of the day. It's having fun through interesting conversation in the podcast. It's having fun through learning something new as well with the podcast. Having fun by being introduced to things that could be awesome to play, such as the one-shots. Having fun through the LPs. Having fun through these different voices, like Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton. Jinx has brought up, what are you going to do when you do the crossover because they're the same voice? I'm like, there's going to be Phoenix Wright and Layton go like, what are you doing using my voice? What are you doing using my voice? Like, you're the thief, not me. No, you're the thief. Like, the fun there. I'm going to want to try to differentiate those two voices somehow. I'm also going to want to work on Luke's voice because it's terrible. I'm trying to cockney it up, so hopefully Luke's voice will be better in the second LP. In the second game, I mean. But if you didn't know, Professor Layton LP is coming up on the channel after Phoenix Wright. Then after that will be Phoenix Wright again. Before the Storm's going to come up. We're probably going to do Batman Telltale as well, because why wouldn't we? And then there is October. Shadow of War, Destiny 2, Wolfenstein. Shadow of War, not anymore. The last straw for me hit recently. And it's going to sound weird at first. The last straw for me is the orc that's being made for a developer for Shadow of War that died recently. He died, he had a battle with cancer, and cancer always wins. Cancer doesn't always win, but cancer wins a lot. And he died. So they're like, okay, we have an orc. It's him. It's a very helpful orc. $5 for this orc. Like, okay. $3.50 of that $5 goes to the family. Like, okay, all right. So because the family lost a father, a husband, a caretaker, the breadwinner, like they lost somebody, someone very important, family-wise, but also as a unit. This is an important person that's gone, so that family's going to need financial help. And so, yeah, donate through buying this character. I would rather it was all the money went there, but if you can accept that at least the lion's share goes to them, there you go, $3.50. Problem. Certain states, it does not count, so all $5 goes to Monolith and WB. And it's only in the US. So anyone European who buys this game, all that money all that $5, if you buy that DLC thinking you're going to support that family, you will not. It goes directly to WB and Monolith. If you, I'm just saying WB because I feel like they're the ones who deserve the blame. It goes to WB. Any country outside of the US, you buy this $5 DLC thinking you're going to support the family, you're not going to at all. It just goes to WB. And that is not great. Because my assumption is, I think legally the problem is probably that just different donation rules going on, because it's not to a charity, it's to a family. And the workaround of that would be, if you buy this DLC, we will match it and directly give that money to the family. That's all they had to do. Instead, they're doing like some weird legality with it, and because of that, the lion's share, the vast majority of any money spent on that $5 DLC that is meant to go to that family is not going to go to that family. It's going to go directly to WB. And because of the shadiness of the single-player loot boxes and all these other things, I'm at my last straw with any goodwill I have towards Shadow of War, Shadow of More-dor. I just don't have any more goodwill towards this. I'm not happy with that at all. I cannot myself freaking add to that. I can't put 60 towards that. I just can't. That's not okay. Unfortunately, October has other choices anyway. We have Destiny 2 and Wolfenstein, and apparently some other games in October I didn't think about that might be worth looking at as well. So we will not see Shadow of War here unless two things happen. Like if WB just goes back on all that stuff and it's just the game and everything, there you go. They're not gonna, because business. But it's, if we were just got a code anyway. And the way that would be is, if Shadow of War just sent us a copy, which can happen, we've gotten big games before, like Deus Ex and such. If that happens, well then we have a copy, we got it for free, we may as well play it. The other one is if a viewer just bought it, because I'm not going to waste your money. Like if a viewer's if a viewer doesn't care about how I feel about it, they're like, well, they still want to see it. It's the wrong way to put it, that they don't care. They feel that it's still worth me playing, and that gets murky when that thought process goes there. Basically, if a viewer didn't see this vlog and doesn't know that I'm against Shadow of War, and they buy the game anyway, I'm not going to waste your money. Like, I'm going to play the game, because that's the bond I have, is if you donate a game to me, I will play it, unless certain things. Like, if you send me a porn game, obviously I'm not going to play it. And the other caveat, of course, is poop. I'm not a big fan of poop. I really don't like poop, and I've been sent quite a few poop games. You know who you are. We all know who you are. And I just refuse to play those games. And so I've wasted that person's money, which my bad on that, but I'm not going to play those games. So I'm not going to play H games and poop games, and if there's anything else that would cross the line for me, I'll bring those up at that time. But if you donate a game to me, my bond is I will play it. I'll play it at some point, and maybe it'll be fun, maybe it won't be, but that we'll find out together. And so that's the only way we're playing Shadow of War, is if the company itself sends it to me, or if someone buys it and they're like, play it anyway. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll play it anyway. I worry if I worded that correctly or not, in that it sounds like I'm trying to have my cake and eat it too, doesn't it, in a way? Is that what I'm trying to do? Just as an aside, is that what I'm trying to do? I don't mean to have that be what I'm trying to do. It's the rules you put in yourself can complicate things, and that's the rule I've placed, is if someone buys the game, then I'll play it. So if someone buys Shadow of War, then I'll play it, but we're not going to buy it ourselves for the channel. If the company sends it to us, then we'll play it, because we got it for free, and, well, the least we can do is play it. Like, that's what's happened with every indie that sent us a game, every AAA that sent us a game, is if they send us a game, and we accept the key, we should at least stream it, we should at least do something with it. At least take a look at it. That we should do something, because it's this relationship. It's a back and forth. At least that's what I think. It's a rule I placed. It's a rule I placed since the beginning, if something like that happened. Well, not since the beginning, but at some point during the early years, that's a rule that I put on there. And I think it's a good rule. Like, you're not wasting someone's time or money or something like that. They're showing some faith in you by giving you the product, so do something with the product. That makes sense? I think it makes sense. That makes sense? That makes sense, I think. Oh, there's one more thing. Shoot, it would have been better to talk about at the beginning because you do lose people over time with any video. But quite a few people did get to the end of the last one. The last thing is community and getting our name out there and everything. Community-wise, like, community I think is the most important thing for me. Thinking about it, like, deep down, that's probably the most important thing, because community is not only having fun, but you're feeling comfortable if you're in our community. That's the goal. Like, our Discord and me, we accept everyone unless you're an asshole has been the rule. The rule is don't be a dick. That's the only rule of the Discord. It's the only rule in general is don't be a dick. That is the rule. And so it's a place that I want to be accepting of everyone. And I think it has been, like, accepting everything. So all the LGBT, that's all accepted. Kids, adults, everything's accepted. And of course, with different levels of maturity, there's going to be some grinding points between groups, and it's about conversation and making other people understand this or that so that everyone's comfortable. That's what I want the Discord to be, and for the most part, I think that's where we are right now. I think everyone is comfortable with each other, everyone's friendly, and that's what's important, is that's what I want. And as the community grows, I want that to always be that way, and it will hopefully be that way through pruning and everything. But I'm thinking about, how do we grow our community? We can do things for a community does things back. And my thought process is, we treat everyone fair, we treat everyone right. That's the most important thing. I'm trying to be as fair as I can be with what we do. That's why I have the rule of someone donates, I play that game. That I'm trying to be fair there. It's trying to be fair, giving people fair shakes and stuff like that. Using the word fair way too much. That's the goal. And being a place that people can be comfortable. And I want to grow out of that, out of fun, out of comfort, out of love. I want to grow out of that. And I'm wondering, how can we grow the community greater? And it always comes down to, what can a community do to grow itself? Like, I'm advertising, I'm doing what I can, playing these games, getting people interested in them, hopefully. And what can a community member do? And I think someone hit it on the head very well. And it's not for everyone, though. And it is talk. And it's true. The more chatty a chat is when you're streaming, the more energy you have, because people are talking. When your chat is silent, you just feel like you're talking to nobody, and it does kind of suck. This is the thing with comedians. How well the audience is reacting will affect the performance of a comedian, of any performer, really. Because there is a series called, like, 7 Minutes in Purgatory, where it's a comedian trying to be funny to an empty stage. Like, everyone's hidden so they can't see it, but they're just trying to do jokes to an empty stage. And you can see how that impacts how well they perform, because they just don't know if they're killing it or getting killed there. And it's the same thing for streamers. You don't know if you're doing any good. Now, of course, there are lurkers. There are people who just don't want to talk. Those exist, and that is okay. But if you can talk, it can do a lot of help for any streamer, including me. But it also, I think, applies to YouTube. If you're commenting on YouTube, it lets me know that people actually are watching it and appreciating it and thinking about it, and that gives me more of a boost as well. I guess I'm saying I need pick-me-ups? What the hell? What I'm saying is, I think the more we talk, the more comfortable we become at talking, the bigger we will grow. Because I think what happens is, when you see no comments on a video, you're like, well, not much of a community, so you don't want to stick around. Don't see a lot of talking in a Twitch, well, there's no community here, no sticking around. The Discord gets silent at times. There's a lot of talk about Monster Hunter right now, but the Discord does get silent at times, so people will feel like it's a dead Discord, why even be here? And I think that's how we as a community could make us grow, is if we are talking and active, then people who come in see, like, oh, this is an active, thriving community, I want to stick around. I think if we do that, we can grow. And I need to make a mental note to bring this up at the start of the next vlog, because I think talking about that at the start will grab the most people and the most attention on that, and maybe we can get a conversation going. Because I'm realizing that it gets lonely at times doing the things and no one's talking. And got to get the ball rolling. I need to find some way to get you guys to talk. I need you guys to find a way to talk yourselves, so that the more we talk, I think the better things will be. It also leaves things open to us getting into arguments as well. But I believe if we make our community comfortable enough and welcoming enough, that even if we have arguments, it won't make us all be really mad and want to leave. Because if you respect the people you talk to in an argument, then you're not going to just flip out and be done. At least, unless it's something major. Oh, I made a very long vlog again. Jinx is going to kill me. But, there you go. That's the vlog, everybody. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to try to remember that for the start of the next vlog for anyone new or anyone who doesn't get to the end of these videos. The more we talk, I think, the better we'll be off. I think that's the thing that I need to work on the most. Because I try to put this out there, but I think we're just noise in all the other noise, in the ocean of noise. But something more grassroots, something more to the ground from the base up. Like, just talking, I think it'd be huge. I think that's maybe where a failing we could work on together. At least that's what I think. So let's work on that. So there you go. That right there is the vlog. I had fun talking to you for watching and listening. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by and see you next time. I just noticed this. Like, one of the Kirby's, like, is behind the Okami. It's like, hey! That's funny.